What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. This is recap number 4, I believe, and day number 4 of my first ever funded account after finally passing my evaluation. I've been doing this trading for about 3 months consistently, 6 months, not consistently. But yeah, today was a great day. Our account is sitting at $3,180 total, and today we are up over $1,000. So awesome, awesome day. Second ever $1,000 day. I just hit 1,000 on Friday, and I was like, I'm going for 1,000, I guess, today. So yeah, we're gonna go over a recap over how today's trades went. Today is President's Day, so happy President's Day to everybody. That means the market also closes early. So a good friend of mine, kind of someone who's been helping me through this process, who's more successful than I am with this, told me that typically he doesn't recommend trading on days where the banks are closed, bank holidays. But I know I want my payout, and I want to learn, I want to trade, I want to grow. It was definitely, my trades didn't work out, the initial ones, but I can't really blame them because it's just an odd day. But yeah, first off, I want to look at a trade we did last night here on MNQ. So we did a couple of long trades here, going long. I'm gonna get rid of these just because it's super hard to see. Um, but yeah, I basically just was going long here and made $400. There's nothing much I can say other than once this candle was, because I was anticipating a short off of the SMA line. Just because that's kind of what it did a few times here, bounced off. Here, it stood there for a while and then broke through. Same, you can just see it's, that's what the SMA line is at the end of the day. It stays there, or it'll bounce off. So I was expecting a bounce off. I was literally considering going short here, but I paused and then the candle spiked up, broke SMA. I was like, let's wait here a second, and then it kept going, and so I decided to go long. About 10 contracts. This is obviously Asia session, so it was slower, but I was quite impressed. It still moved pretty good, and I made $400. There's a buffer. This is like 11:15 p.m. So that's where I made 400 bucks. Just doing a continuation trade, breaking the SMA line and then just kind of taking profit at 400 bucks. I didn't really have anywhere to take profit. I was considering going to this high, but I didn't. I ended up like just thinking that this is all a big mess up here, and so I just took profits in this area. I was already out by the time I believe this started happening. I don't recognize that, but yeah, that was it. I just was happy with that 400, and I continued. Today, the trade was simple. My initial balance trade. I've mentioned this in other videos. Here is my profile, right here, volume profile fixed range. If first a bottom, then a top, that means it should break. So I got on the charts about 7:10 a.m. So we were, somewhere in this area, and we could see kind of where the price was trading, where most of the volume was, is this red line in this hour. So I started to enter around here, going long with one contract, super small position. I was hoping to add, but it was, going down, so I didn't want to go in heavy yet. Thank God I didn't. I mean, we can see that trade did not work. It did not indeed break this high and continue. I kept adding until about this purple line. I was at 6 contracts at this point and down $300. And I decided, you know what? It just keeps going down, keeps going down. Let me just end my strategy. It's not going to work today. And switch to my continuation strategy, which is simple, just following the trend and continuing to go with it. So I ended up shorting here, and taking that 300 something dollar loss. So I was still positive $100 on my account because I made 400 the night before. But yeah, I gave away 300 bucks, like 310, something like that, like much more. Um, and yeah, then I just shorted here and I just kept chasing this down. I got out at these candles. As you can see, there was no more than like 3 candles before the next flush down. Literally like the third candle would be a flush down, and then once it got to this third candle and then a fourth candle and it was just staying stagnant, I was like, okay, maybe it's starting to bottom out, and it's not going to continue dropping. So that's where I sold and I was done trading. And it just kind of, I didn't have my take profit at $1,000. I knew I was within that area, but when I just clicked close position and I was up 1,000. So super, super happy about that. Great trade. Sometimes you just got to pivot. Sometimes your trade doesn't work, and I'm glad to have more options. This is a pretty easy trade. I mean, it just kept going down. As long as you just kept a tight stop or even put the stop in the green, you could just keep chasing this down, um, which is what I did. I did get out of it after making like $100, $200, thinking, okay, now my drawdown is very small and my upside is very big for this initial balance break. And I do this often where I try to catch a reversal, and it's with little strategy, so it's very dumb. And it's something I've talked to my buddy about. So I was like, I went into it and I was like, what are you doing? Like, I'm looking at the liquidity. I have a bookmap subscription. I can see the liquidity. I could see that it just keeps growing in the short side. What am I doing thinking a reversal is going to happen? So I lost a little bit on that trade and went back into full shorts. So yeah, I made some, then tried to go back long, then I sold, and then I continued with my shorts up until this green candle. So yeah, that's how we made $1,000. We're doing awesome. I think for a slow day, quote unquote, $1,000 is great. There was definitely a lot of learning lessons. I should have kind of not tried to guess a reversal from the very beginning. I mean, I wasn't. I knew that it wasn't reversing yet, but I still wanted to get a starter position. One contract is pretty small compared to usually now I'm trading like 5 to 10. I should have, I guess, gotten out of it a little sooner, in my opinion, but I guess, it's easy to say that now. It's just the volume kept getting more and more red and more sellers. And eventually I was like, you know what? I have to just give up on my dream that the initial balance trade is not going to work and it's not going to break. But yeah, I was like, I'm getting making my 1,000 and I'm out of here. So I'm super happy. Thank you guys for watching. Tomorrow is a big day for me because it'll be the fifth green day that I have. And I can request a payout. So I don't know what to do tomorrow. I have 3,000 in my balance. I'm not planning on taking all of it out, but I do want to swing big tomorrow. There's a part of me that just wants to swing really big, because I can keep more in my balance. Take out maybe 2,000 out of four, just so I still have some space, some drawdown. So yeah, tomorrow's gonna be a big day. Hopefully tomorrow it's a green day and we're taking a payout. I've never done that before. I don't even know how to do that. So we'll all do it together. I'm super excited, and I'll be using that to buy more accounts so I can copy trade across more than just one account. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Check out my short. You can see the time lapse of this trade on my shorts tab on my YouTube, and you can see the trade kind of in a more full position. But yeah, I appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow.